Hey, hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to flip this thing around and I will show you what I've gotten done with the 4.2 liter to 5.3 liter swap. And then we're going to move on to some fender well stuff to house the fuse box, the battery tray, and all that stuff that a normal 62 didn't have when it come out of the factory. So 1 second here, I'll flip this around and we will go over what we got done. Okay, so as you can see here, this inner wheel tub has been already cut. This was cut before I got this 62 pickup, which actually is fine because now I got to do some fabricating and build this inner wheel well to match the Envoy chassis. So that'll go in there. When I come up here, I'll have another chunk here. We'll go around this, we'll come back down, and then I got to build a pedestal off the inner wheel well there to house the fuse box. That I don't think is going to be a super big deal. And then the battery tray will live right here in this portion. The battery on an original 62 was over on that side. Now we are going to put it in on this side. And as you can see, the 5.3 is in. I was going to hook everything up and just start it, but I decided, well, why don't we get everything where it needs to go? Because on one of these, or actually two of these that I did here, they are really long, and I knew they was going to be long because I just didn't know where I was going to put all this stuff, and it was easier to do the harness why all this was apart. So I figured, well, I'll just do it long, and then it's no big deal to cut it and redo it to make it to length. And so I want to do the inner wheel wells. The other thing is I got the AC system pretty well done. I got to take and have that hose there shortened because this front end sits back roughly, I'm going to say 2 inches from the original Envoy location. And so my core support is sitting back 2 inches. So I'm going to get electric fans set up. And then I'll have to get HB tuners so that I can program that to come on through the ECU. But once again, this wheel well here was already cut before I bought this vehicle, and I don't know what they cut it for. When I bought this vehicle, it had no motor, no transmission, no nothing in it. And when I bought it like 6-7 years ago, I didn't intend to do this with it. I bought it for a parts truck because I had another one. And then I started watching some of these other guys, half-ass customs or half-ass garage guy. He's doing a bunch of this type of stuff. A guy out of California was doing this type of stuff. You look at all these F100s, pretty neat deal, I think, anyways. You got all the amenities of a new rig and an old rig. So I will keep you guys updated. Probably going to have more just still pictures after this. And then I'll walk you through them. But there we go. That's where I'm at now. The transmission cross member turned out great. Sorry I didn't take a video of that or a picture of that. You guys kind of get the gist of what I was doing. But yeah, it turned out great. Everything is in. Let me see if I get a picture of that. Yeah, you can see how it just kind of comes out right there. It's all bolted up. I still got my exhaust to get done. And yeah, I think after the exhaust is done and these inner wheel tubs, we'll be able to start this thing up. Well, how's everybody doing today? So just gonna kind of update you guys on what I got going on here. I'm doing the inner wheel wells. Obviously you know that by it's all going to be in this one video, but I'm doing the inner wheel wells. So I'm to the battery box portion of this deal. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so I thought that I could use the battery box out of the 68. Yeah, obviously, or the 62, sorry, C10. It needs some repairs, but you can still buy these. Part of the problem is when this was 62 C10 original, the battery box was over here. But now that I've put it on this 2004 Envoy, all my battery cables and all of that stuff are on the driver's side now. So I was going to just put this in here like this. And then I got to thinking, you know, I need more support. And so I even went as far as getting the plastic out of the plastic battery box out of the Envoy. Well, that's really not going to work. And so I thought to myself, well, heck with it. I'm just going to build one. So if you guys look here, that's going to be the start of my battery box. These corners here get cut. Obviously going to cut all the way around here, cut around there, fold this up 1 inch all the way around, and then I will build my supports off of it like this one here is supported. I'll wrap it underneath just like this one's wrapped underneath. But that way I'm starting with fresh metal. I'll have the support, that support there that my left hand is on will be identical to what's there. And then I'm going to build a small support for over on this side here. So that's where I'm at, and I'll keep videoing as I move along here. Okay guys, so all I'm doing is I got this cut out. I cut my corners out there, but where my lines were here, I just scribed them, and then you can see it bends pretty darn easy once you take your grinder and then just scribe a line in there, and it'll bend right there. And then I'm clamping it to this 1x1 tubing with these clamps here, and for the most part I can bend it over with just my hands, and then I just use my hammer there and I just kind of finish tapping it all over. Once I get it all squared up and whatnot, I will take my dolly, hammer and dolly, and I'll just, like you can kind of see there that there's a little bit of waviness to it, and I'll get that all straightened out with the dolly and the hammer, and there is the start of my battery box. Alright guys, there's the custom battery box completed. Started with the sheet metal that it's sitting on. Even complete with the bolt and the little hump here in the back that hooks into the battery, and this. So this fits the battery that I have. It's about 1/4 inch bigger front and back and side to side. because, believe it or not, I don't have a lot of room, and I'm really hoping I can always find a battery that will fit. So there that is. Now I'm going to get it primered and painted. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you updated. All right, what do you think, guys? That thing is ugly. Ugly, ugly. I think I might have to start all over. Woo-wee. What am I going to do? Okay, there you go, guys. This inner wheel well is done. Thank the dear Lord. You're wondering what that is? That's my ground lug. Just because these newer rigs, which this is a 2004 Envoy, actually runs off a lot of, you got to have a lot of grounds for everything. But that's all the extensions, the whole shebang there. And I think I'm going to end this video here because this takes a lot longer to do than I thought. So I will do another video on the passenger side, guys. Hey, thanks for watching and subscribing and leaving comments. I think it's great. I enjoy talking to some of you guys that are leaving them comments. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.